AC Sports Live is brought to you by All In CDO Training, the future of commercial driving. Earn your Class A and Class B license and endorsements with courses online and in person in the city of Long Beach. Call or visit the website 909-708-4861, www.allincdotraining.com. If you're unemployed, underemployed, or just want to change a career, scholarships are available, so don't worry about the cost. Give them a call. All In CDO Training, the future of commercial driving. AC Sports Live is also brought to you by Mood Swing Apparel, DEM Clothing. Dominate every matchup, period. Check them out, Mood Swing Apparel on Instagram. AC Sports Live is also brought to you by Cannon Nation Boxing. If you want to learn the sweet science of boxing, or if you just want to get a real good workout in, working out and training with pros, check out CannonNationBoxing.com and become the best version of yourself today.
He ain't never slumber, never put him to the test. He be reigning king forever, resurrected after death. All praise to God, brother, say it with your chest. Say it with your chest, all praise to the one.
Yes, sir.
Check 1 2 1 2. We in here. Sound is on. Got one little mosquito. Got him. Get him. What's up, everybody? I'm AC. This is AC Sports Live. Thank you for tuning in on this Tuesday night, the 23rd day of July in the Lord's year 2024. Rubio, what's good, brother? Where's my slate for today? Don't tell me I put my slate somewhere it shouldn't be. Okay. Olympics are this week. Are you excited? Are you excited yet? Are you jacked up yet? The 26th is a couple days away, so we got to get pumped up and ready for that. Men's and women's hoops got some work to do. You can't just show up and expect to win. High expectations for the men's and women's hoops teams, as well as the sprints. According to Sports Illustrated, we have a graphic for that. And then the return of Simone Biles, the GOAT. See how she does. WNBA All-Star Game was this weekend. Surprise! There was a new sheriff in town. Erica Agunbowale was the MVP. Alicia Gray had a great weekend. CC and AR5 did well. WNBA All-Star Game, I say, was better than the men's All-Star Game. Boxing, Jake Paul got a dub. We'll talk about that a little bit and who his next opponent might be. Long Beach's own H2O Silv suffered his first loss. Talk about that. I had a chance to go see the sharpshooter fight on Saturday night, so I'll show some footage of that. My 2 cents and Sports Flicks, the Simone Biles documentary on Netflix. So I'll talk about that briefly. While you have an opportunity, if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the alert bell button so you'll get alerts when I go live. If you're on Facebook, hit the like button, comment, hit the heart button. All that clicking creates buzz and synergy, so help your boy out. If you're on, where we at? LinkedIn, hit the like button, say something. I'm not going to X tonight. I was not able to log on simultaneously with my other platforms. Maybe Elon Musk doesn't want my show to go on, so I couldn't go live on X. But I'm still live on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, and LinkedIn. It's going down, man. Again, my show is not political at all. Sorry, Rubio. I'll leave that for the Rubio Method. If you want to hear some political takes from an honest guy, the Rubio Method is your show. The AC Sports Live show, I keep it real basic, man. I talk sports, family, peace of mind, and keeping it real positive, because there's enough negativity in the world. There are too many people out here committing suicide because the world is dark and there's nothing good in it. But I am here to be a witness. My Lord and Savior Yeshua HaMashiach keeps me on my shalom through all the foolishness. So no matter what's happening in this world, I'm able to stay in my peace and my shalom and enjoy my sports, because none of it's really that important. A lot of it's just entertainment. Keep it there, man. It should not be what you hang your hat on. All right, Olympics, man. The USA basketball team struggled mightily with South Sudan. That seems not blasphemous, but it seems kind of like a head scratcher. Why are we struggling with a team who just began to play international play? Now, there are 5 NBA players on the team, and I did see a bunch of posts at how good the world has gotten over the time since the first Dream Team. However, let's take a look at this. All the NBA players that play internationally, or who came from an international team, are now dominating the NBA. The last American MVP was in 2016. So it's not too far-fetched to see why this version of the U.S. national team, I wouldn't call it the Dream Team, is being led by LeBron James. And someone posted who's the best player on the team. And it's not AD and it's not Ant-Man. It is LeBron James, who is carrying this team at his old age, which shows me that Kobe Bryant, the Lord rest his soul, is needed. Ant-Man himself said, I don't want to come off the bench because I'm not D Wade and we don't have a Kobe Bryant. So why am I not starting? Well, if the team is waiting for LeBron James to carry them, and the Olay defense that's being played in international play is getting to the basket at will, and the team is struggling with South Sudan, I think Team USA is in trouble. We saw the playing time for Tyrese Halliburton go down to 0. So they're trying to figure it out. Steve Kerr has benched him for the most part. So what's the deal? Is it a shoo-in for America to bring home the gold medal in basketball for the men? We will wait and see. I got Leon Smooth as the other side of the pillow Frazier in here. The Rubio Method tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Coast time. We will get down and dirty with politics and current events. That's where you want to go to Rubio Method Show for current events, long snapping, and presidential debate talk. Go there. That's where you want to go. It's a choice, man. BT, it's a choice. What you want to put in your head and what you want to ponder about, what you want to think about, it's a choice. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. SG Trilogy in here. Plug One is in the building. The Collective Podcast. Now, their show is typically on Saturday mornings at 8, but they have moved around. I believe they're going at 6 p.m. Wednesday, and they have a special guest. So you want to check out the Collective Podcast. Type it in. If you're on YouTube and Facebook, type in Collective Podcast. Follow them. Subscribe to their channel. Get the alert so you don't miss it. I understand they have a very prominent guest. I think SG could put it in the chat who they're going to have on the show. It might be worth your while to check them out. Rube says, what are your thoughts on the other countries' players playing in America for money and then going back to their country for the Olympics? Great question. So it's a free world. We have people playing for the American team who are from a different country, and they've gotten citizenship in America, and Americans are not turning people away. So just imagine if we all went back to our native country to participate in the Olympics. America would only have Native Americans competing in the sports. Every white athlete would have to go back to Ireland or some area in Europe or Germany and Yugoslavia and places like that, every black athlete would have to do a search for their native land in Africa. Then if you go who was born here, fine. But then people who have gained citizenship, are they taking a spot of a person who was born here? A whole nother conversation. But I don't think we're going to say when Akeem Olajuwon played for the United States, we weren't very appreciative of the dream, bringing home a gold medal. This year we have Frenchman Joel Embiid playing for America, and he has citizenship in several countries. I don't think it's that big of a deal. A person gains citizenship, they should be able to play for whoever they want to play for. Earning money, all the capital, all the, financial gain and taxes and all that stuff is formalities, man. And it's sports. It's not even like that big of a deal. But people do get their panties in a bunch about people taking advantage of being in America, playing for America. That's a choice. Being upset about those types of things, I'd be upset. I'm more upset when a man competes in a woman's sport than I am a person from a different country coming to America, getting citizenship and playing for the Olympics and going back to their home country. And maybe the next time the Olympics come around, they play for their home country. Like the kids who play for Canada, who play in the NBA, there are some notable players who play for Canada. There are some notable players who play for Yugoslavia and Serbia. These places that it would behoove us to not have the best in the world playing in the sports that we have. It's just that it's only basketball and baseball. Foreigners aren't very good at American football. They're great at football, soccer, but that's, basketball is probably the only sport where it's visibly noticeable, where we have a lot of people from different countries coming over and dominating. Like I said, the last NBA MVP was 2016, 2017. Was that LeBron James? So great question, Rubes. If you're a true American like Hulk Hogan, then yeah, you have a problem with it. But hey, Hulk, where are you from, brother? I believe Hulk Hogan is Italian. Aren't you Italian, Rubio? Would you guys be playing for Italy if you go by country of origin? Or since you were born here, brother, you're American. I am a real American. Sudan was shooting that thing. All right, so Sudan. Shout out to the Sudanese national team. They gave the American team a run for their money. I had a little blurb that I found that was from former Laker Wenyen Gabriel. We don't have any indoor basketball courts in our country. We don't have anything like that. We're a bunch of refugees that came together for a few weeks out of the year. This is much bigger than basketball for us. That's wild, man. Shout out to them brothers, man. They gave LeBron James and his crew a run for their money. Luol Deng put his own money up and had those guys playing high-level basketball and almost pulled out a huge upset. Even though this is just practice, like practice games. The real thing starts Thursday, and I'm all here for it. The women's team got beat by the WNBA All-Stars. So Dinah Taurasi being the leader of that bunch, along with Asia Wilson and Kelsey Plume and all those young ladies, got beat by Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and the MVP, Erica Agum-Bowale, and Alicia, who won the skills competition and a three-point competition. So Alicia Gray, who also had a great game. So then it goes to show, did they pick the right young ladies for the Olympics? Because they mopped them. They wasn't even close until the end. They put hands on them, man. They put hands on them. SG, You know I got my Bruin gear on. I've been playing NCAA 25. My son came home for the weekend and I got it to play the game for once. And the college camaraderie, the college affiliation thing is a big deal. I played UCLA versus Penn State at Penn State, and I put hands on Penn State in the video game. I know that's not how it's going to go. This season, we play Penn State at Penn State. I don't know if it's at night or in the daytime, but it's going to be rough because this is UCLA's toughest schedule of all time. That's what they say. Rodney Saucin here, old school. Good to see you, my ancient brother. Oh, yeah. I'm down with the old school. Matter of fact, y'all just young whippersnappers. You ain't been through nothing. I got a bad bladder. Have you seen that? If y'all have not seen that, my man said, they not like us. Chicka pocket, hey. I'm gonna have to go ahead and play it. Let me go ahead and play it. You just a young whippersnapper. You ain't been through nothing. Let's see if it works, man.
Go ahead and play my song. Everybody clap your hands.
They got some sound.
Yes. I do a pocket, hey, they not like us.
Old school in the house.
Oh, you a rapper, you on whippersnapper. Okay. You ain't been through nothing. Okay. Have you ever had to leave the studio because your sugar got low? I got gout in my pinky toe. Hey. Did you hear what I said? I took a pocket to buy. I got gout in my pinky toe. You a rapper, young whippersnapper. You can't be me. I got a bad bladder. Every 30 seconds, I got to pee. Hey,
Rodney Saucin,
you trying to date these women? Hey, I see you trying to date her. They don't want you. They want an old school, because I can change your alternator. Hey, you a rapper, young whippersnapper.
That's a high value man right there.
That was kind of hard.
You got to start rapping about these old school problems.
I think he's right.
Whippersnapper. You ain't been through nothing. We old school, right? We old school. You ain't been through nothing. That's what I tell the youngsters. You ain't been through nothing yet. Let me know. YouTube/@TC Pod Official. The Collective Pod Official. Follow, like, all that stuff, man. My main man. Bruce said gets thrown into turmoil if you are a hybrid. Don't be it. NCAA 25, I'm a dynasty mode. Rodney, let the kids play the game, man. You can't take over the kids' game. Let the kids have the game, man. I need to get on that game. My sons don't let me get on the video games with them. No, we got to get on the game when they're not at home. So my son went with my wife to view properties on a real estate business run. I grabbed the sticks and got me 2 good games in. I played San Jose State versus Boise State. Shout out to Courtney Simpson. Andrew Simpson, middle linebacker, Boise State, NFL prospect. Gonna be a top 25 pick. And I had San Jose put hands on Boise State. That's the plan this year, that San Jose State will win the Mountain West. Hands together, fingers crossed. Then I played UCLA Penn State. Then I played Florida State at night with Colorado. I heard you play Colorado. They got some cheat code people. So Travis Hunter is a cheat code. He not only plays great defense, but he is unstoppable on offense. But the thing is, Deion Sanders is not on the game at all. No coaches are. BT, Penn State killed on Herman level. I was playing freshman level. I was not trying to play I wasn't trying to lose. I'm winning by 50. Peace to the Sauce Man. I got love and community on the AC Sports Live show. Roof said they need to make the new college game compatible with old school controllers. Too many buttons on the new ones. Old man rant. You gotta get the program, man. We came up in a time where ColecoVision had all those buttons too. Remember those buttons that were underneath? They had the hand cover, and you had the red, the yellow, I think it was purple and blue, and you had to throw it to different people on the colors, and you had to rip the top to make it throw it far. Zzz, throw a bomb. Yeah, we've come a long way. We got X, box, triangle, circle, R1, L1, R2, R2, and then you got the big button on top for the top. It's a lot going on. So audibles and all that stuff, I was calling audibles and I wasn't trying to call audibles. It has come a long way. Things have changed. You a rapper, young whippersnapper? Bars. Straight bars. That dude remind me of Rodney Sauce. Leon Frazier, we got gout in our pinky toe. Mario Davis, Chi-Town. Chi-Town. You don't get nothing because you don't do nothing. Mario Davis, what's up, my brother? Old school indeed. All right, so Erica Agumbawale was the MVP of the All-Star game. Give that lady her flowers. She was the one. She scored 31 points in the third quarter. I think she finished with 36 points. Now, they gave her the MVP. And Caitlin Clark had 10 assists. Angel Reese had 12 and 12, 10 and 12, double-double. I think, who else had a good game? Alicia had a good game. Alicia Gray had a good game. But the headline says Erica Agumbawale and Caitlin Clark lead WNBA All-Stars to a 117-109 win over U.S. Olympic team. Very interesting. If you watch the game, this should be Erica's headline. And then the second sentence could say, Caitlin Clark finishes with 10 assists. I don't know if this headline is fair to Erica Agumbawale, but I understand. This is about money, sponsors, and viewers. We have to keep this narrative going until Juju comes. So, okay, this is what's happening right now. Caitlin Clark is Larry Bird. Angel Reese is Magic Johnson. Not because of the way they play, but how they've saved this league. I know a lot of folks will say, no, it's just Caitlin Clark. I beg to differ. I don't agree with that. I believe it's a bunch of young ladies playing at a high level that were already playing at a high level. It's just now that everybody's watching because Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have this feud or whatever it is. Even though they're buddies, people are watching. And it's a good thing. So when you see Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark playing together, it's a beautiful thing. They're not beefing. So this came up. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Is it Bird and Magic? I don't think so. I think it's more like Trae Young and Kenneth Faried. Two young people who are very good, having a great rookie season. Trae Young can shoot that thing and pass that thing, but that's it. Angel Reese can rebound that thing. That's it. So I say Kenneth Faried. They said Stockton, Malone, Bird, Magic. No. Trae Young, Kenneth Faried. Now, as far as impact, Bird, Magic. But guess who's coming? If they're Bird and Magic, Juju Watkins is Michael Jordan. She will come and she will destroy all records when it comes to just being the next Maya Moore. The girl has a couple of weaknesses, but they're very subtle. They're not blaring. She has a big body. She's like a female Carmelo Anthony. She's a big bully. And she plays defense. She has a high IQ. She can shoot it. She can get to the basket. She has a left-hand leg game. The girl is incredible. And then you have Paige Beckers, who has been healthy for 2 years, who was supposed to be the first Caitlin Clark, but she had too many injuries. So now we got what we got, which is also a good thing. So don't get all bent out of shape, people. The women's game is in a better spot than the NBA right now. Because they got all these up-and-coming stars that can hoop. So I'm looking forward to it. And we're not even talking about, Floje and Full Wiley. Floje, the total package, and Full Wiley got Jamal Crawford game. So it's going to be interesting. But this take right here, people were saying John Stockton and Dennis Rodman. Some people were clowning because they don't believe Angel Reese is any good because her layup game is pretty odd. She misses a lot of layups because she does not jump or she does not extend her length. But I think Angel Reese is having a great season. I do believe Caitlin Clark will get the Rookie of the Year. She's playing at a high level, and she has a very suspect Indiana Fever team playing at a high level. They will make the playoffs, and that does not take away from what Angel Reese is doing. We'll go to the comments. AP said, I hated that headline. It was so unnecessary. They just be throwing it in there. I don't even think Caitlin Clark wants this attention. She's a hooper. Caitlin is the marketing piece that they'll push forever. And I know it's happening. Our good friend, Chris Johnson, UCLA Bruin, professional son of Marcus Johnson, great guy, is pushing the Caitlin Clark story really tough. And Jimmy Mack and myself from the 1585 show, we've been like, yo, Chris, you good? Because we've never seen you push somebody like this. You play with Michael Jordan in the bubble. You're not starstruck ever. And you know good and well, Caitlin Clark is a really good player, but she's not Maya Moore. So why are we pushing her out there as the best ever? But he was just like, you have a right to your opinion. I'm like, is that really Chris? I asked Jimmy, is that really Chris? I don't know, man. But they are pushing it. He asked us, do you think the WNBA players should send Caitlin Clark thank you notes? Thank you cards. And I said, no. Do college players send Ed O'Bannon NIL thank you cards? They might, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't think Caitlin Clark wants thank you notes. It's more like Jason Kidd, Grant Hill. Give them co-MVPs. Well, I think it's possible, but I don't think the folks that have come to the Yard would not want Caitlin Clark to share that trophy with Angel Reese. They would lose their caps, like the Black Klansmen on the Chappelle Show. They would lose their stuff, man. They would go crazy if they had co-MVPs or co-Rookie of the Years. She can't handle that rock. She's young Steph Curry with the ball. AP says she doesn't, and she doesn't want the attention, but the media loves her. I mean, what's not to love? But let's just be realistic. They've let her shoot a lot more the last 10 games. Have you watched the games? They're not locking her up like they were the first 10 games. Once Clark realized she needed Boston, Indiana got started. Well, once she figured out how to play with her and get the ball to her other teammates too, it helped her out a lot. She can't do Iowa here. Like Diana Taurasi said, the pro game is different. You can't just be out here playing like it's pickup. These are grown women who are getting paid to play basketball. And you have to recognize that you got to use your team. You're not young Michael Jordan. You're not young LeBron James. You're not physical enough to do that. Simone Biles is back. Her documentary on Netflix is awesome. I learned a lot about her. I learned a lot about gymnastics that I did not know. Similar to basketball players not being able to shoot free throws after missing a big one, we get the yips. Or a football player not being able to catch all of a sudden, this would be the yips. Or a golf player not being able to hit the ball the way they used to. In gymnastics, it's the twisties. So Simone Biles, the GOAT of gymnastics, she has 4 moves named after her. Once you make a move that nobody else can do, you get a move named after you. So Simone is the Biles 1, Biles 2 on the vault, and I think it's 2 moves on the floor exercise that nobody else can do, and it's called the Biles 2, Biles 1. And in the last Olympics, Simone dropped out of the competition because she had the twisties. Now, I've always been fascinated with gymnastics. I think it's an incredible sport. I could have never done anything like that. My daughter did gymnastics for a little while when she was very young, and they were doing very basic stuff, and it was still very difficult. Looking, if you weren't a ghetto child running wild in the neighborhood, jumping off mattresses, flipping and doing cartwheels and somersaults and all kinds of movement in the sky as you fall on your feet, it's pretty impressive. When you watch Simone Biles do it, she makes it look easy. However, when you get the twisties, she said it's when your body and your mind do not connect. And you have all these moves you're supposed to do in the air. But when your mind and your body are not synced, you will not complete the moves. And gymnastics is so dangerous, you could fall on your head and break your neck and die. So when she said I had to stop, I had to step away, I respect that because she knows her standard. Her standard is very high. We're learning about this at church. It's called the plumb line, the standard. The standard is what it is. It does not change. It doesn't move. Simone Biles' plumb line is up here, where everybody else is down here. So you'll wonder why when she does a vault and she might step back and put her hands up. The degree of difficulty is so hard on her vaults and her floor exercise that she can make mistakes and still be given a way higher score than every other competitor. So I'm looking to see if she's beyond her twisties or her yips when the Olympics come around next week. But Simone Biles, I'm a huge fan. She's with the NFL player from the Green Bay Packers. Poor guy. I'm sure he's getting called Simone Biles' husband all the time. All the time. Caitlin put on 10 pounds. She had to put on 10 pounds. She had to do the same thing Michael Jordan had to do, the same thing Steph Curry had to do, same thing Kobe Bryant had to do. You're going to have to put on some muscle. And I believe she'll put on some more muscle in this offseason because she don't want to be pushed around. She's a hooper. Caitlin Clark is a baller, and she's going to get better. Do you think Tiger should shut it down? Tiger Woods, man. If my main man, Ray Domingo, stopped watching it, he has a chance. Because he was like, I think he was 1 under, and then he turned the tournament on, and then he started going the other way, ends up missing the cut. I said, Ray, stop watching Tiger play, man. Just go play golf yourself and watch the highlights later on. Should Tiger shut it down? When I saw a picture of his leg, he wore shorts last week, and someone posted a picture of his leg from that accident. It looks like a new leg with no muscles. It just looks like a piece of meat with stitches on it. It doesn't look like an athlete's foot. No pun intended. It doesn't look like an athlete's leg. It looks like a Frankenstein leg. And I'm like, no wonder he can't play. That leg is destroyed. We knew he was in a bad accident, but not this bad. So should he shut it down? No. He can play golf until he thinks he can't play anymore, but his days of playing at a high level, I believe, are behind him. Now he's going to play the rest of his career trying to make the cut every tournament. I mean, golf is a sport that you can play till you're old. However, it's a sport that will humble you continuously every time you go out if you're not on your game. All 3 phases of it, from the tee box to your second shot to you chipping and putting. If it ain't all clicking, man, it could be rough out there. And if you're a profile guy like Tiger Woods, if he can humble himself and just make cuts and make money and be a teacher of the game to young folks, then he can still have a pretty good career the rest of the way. But his goals of beating Jack, I think, are gone. He's going to always be number 2 because he did not surpass Jack Nicholson. Is it Nicholas or Nicholson? Nicholas? Jack Nicholson? Nicholas. Jack Nicklaus? Jack Nicholson is an actor from the films, the movies and stuff like that. Ruth says, so you think Biles let down her teammates when she dropped out of last time? I don't think it had anything to do with her teammates. I don't even think half her teammates are happy for her half the time. Gymnastics is a individual sport until they add the team points together. The USA team is still good enough to win gold without Simone Biles, you would think. However, they were not able to do that, so you put the blame on the GOAT. If she's not able to perform and she goes out there and injures herself, or if she goes out there and doesn't get gold, she goes out there and scores bad. Is it any worse or any better than her going out there and she's not 100%? So in baseball, a pitcher goes on a 10-day DL. In football, you come up with a back spasm. In basketball, you somehow or another just don't show up. Like Dennis Rodman going on hiatus for a month during the season, and they had to go get him out. I mean, for whatever reason, mental health is real. Mental illness is real. And we do put a lot on our athletes to always be at their best, to always perform. If she can't do the stuff that she wants to do, if she can't perform at the level that she's accustomed to performing at, she could pull a LeBron James or Anthony Davis and say, I am not playing, I'm load managing. If she can't compete and she can't score well, is it any different than her saying, it's better that we put the alternate in because I can't go? Yeah, she could be tender love for that. I'll give her tender love. But mental illness, man, the pressure to be the best. You imagine Simone Biles, who's the best at in their sport? Just hands down the best at their sport. Simone Biles, Michael Phelps, Tiger Woods, LeBron James. Who else is top of their game? Right now, who's it? DeChambeau, who's the best golfer in the world. When Tiger was the best, it was on him. The best in the world, Serena Williams. We try to give it to the young lady who tapped out, the Japanese African-American young lady. I keep forgetting her name, but she tapped out because the pressure is very immense. You can always say, I'm sorry, guys, I let you guys down. But at the end of the day, it's not like they have a relay race. They're individual competitions, and there are alternates. So if you can't go, you can't go. Tyus Edney couldn't go in the national championship game in '95. He tried, but he just couldn't. So Cameron Dollar gets to be the hero. He steps in. UCLA still wins the national championship. So when you talk about Team Rubio, in a way, you could say she let the team down, but if she can't perform, she can't perform. You can't go, you can't go. Caitlin Clark is a baller, period. Oh yeah, she's a baller. But I blame the media for creating this monster. SG said the best part of my golf game is my attire. I'm terrible. I imagine you look real smooth in your attire, SG. You look like a guy who come out there all the fixings and go out there and chunk your first shot off the tee in front of everybody. You look like that kind of guy. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. She did what was best for her. Absolutely. Floyd Mayweather is best at his. So Mayweather being the best at what he is, but he's still not everybody's GOAT. Because we start thinking about when we label somebody the best ever at their sport. But they're one black eye. They're one down moment in their career. They let people down or they didn't show up. That's tough. Pull a muscle in the Olympics on the relay team. You can't help if you pull a muscle. Can we categorize mental health the same as an injury? Because you're mentally injured. You got the twisties. You failed 2 vaults in a row. It ain't like she didn't attack the vault full speed. If you watch the vaults that she failed to attempt. So something was wrong. Naomi Osaka, appreciate that, AP. Naomi Osaka, mentally challenged. The lights were too bright. Barkley. Yep. Simone Biles. Let's see what she got left. Now, I did briefly talk about the WNBA. Shout out to Alicia Gray winning the skills competition and the three-point competition and having a great game versus the WNBA national team. Is it safe to say the WNBA have found something? The national team versus the All-Stars. That was a fun game to watch because you have a team in the All-Stars who kind of feels snubbed a little bit. So they were playing with a little chip on their shoulders. And then you saw Kelsey Plum pick up Caitlin Clark full court. And Caitlin Clark got loose and dished out a dime and said, yeah, to the audience. That's all we really want, NBA. It's some competition. It's some fire. Another question that was raised, why isn't Erica Agumbawale on the Olympic team when she easily dominated the All-Star game? Well, she said she chose not to continue. Dallas Wings guard says, I know myself and what I see, and I wasn't feeling like they really wanted me on that team. So I just removed myself from consideration. Erica Agumbawale is a outed lesbian, and she has just proposed to her girlfriend. So she is very vocal about her position in that arena. Sports fans just know she's a hooper. She can ball. She's been a baller since Notre Dame, since college. She's been making buzzer beaters. She's been a hooper. No doubt about it, she's one of the best in the game. She goes on to say, because it is a process to, keep your name in the pool, having to go to these things, Team USA camps. So if I already knew and felt that I wasn't going to be on the team, I just removed myself from that completely. So there you have it. Reasons other than basketball for her not to be on the Olympic team. Kind of like Jaylen Brown and Kyrie Irving for the men's team. Reasons other than basketball why they are not selected to play on the team's best 12 in the world. Understandable. You got to go where you're wanted. Muhammad is my GOAT. Me too. I think being undefeated is great, but it's not the end-all be-all to me. What's your thoughts on maybe adding some one-on-one games to spice up the NBA, WNBA All-Star events even more? If guys are going to play or if women are going to play, I don't know how to make it so that people take it seriously. Because I went to the Big Three 2 weeks ago, and they have one-on-ones during the game, during a questionable call. They make the guys play one-on-one without foul calls. Just a one-on-one play. Don't hurt each other, but you can foul all you want. And it wasn't as exciting as I thought it would be. So if they introduced a king of the court to the All-Star game, I think it would add, but I would be interested to see how hard guys would play. Some guys would take it more seriously than others. Other guys would avoid it. Guys who don't have good one-on-one games, like guys who don't have a saucy game to get around people. I don't think you would see LeBron James in the one-on-one competition. You wouldn't see Joker in the one-on-one competition because their game is not saucy. You have to have some type of handle. LeBron James would just put his head down and go to the rack, but anybody that's big and strong, word around the NBA, Bam Adebayo is the best one-on-one player in the NBA. and Bam Adebayo is dating Asia Wilson. That child is going to be a monster on the basketball court. Yes, sir. Same reason. I remember Kareem versus Dr. J back in the day, and it was hard to watch. And those are two of my GOATs, Dr. J and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The ugliest one-on-one game you'll ever see. So I don't know if I'm here for it. Jake Paul won his match versus Mike Perry. Perry is a bare-knuckle brawler. He's not a boxer. So he says, Mike Tyson, you're next. Somebody said, I think it was Clarissa Shields, you need to fight a real fighter. You need to fight the son of God, Andre Ward, somebody your own size, who's retired, but can still box. Jake Paul, if you want to gain the respect of the boxing world, recently retired Andre Ward will be a box office smash hit. Multi-millions of dollars. Andre Ward is undefeated as a light heavyweight, cruiserweight, super middleweight. SOG, son of God, said he won't ever say my name because we know Jake Paul is a gimmick. He can box a little bit, but we saw him versus his one boxer, the Fury Kid. That's his only loss. So if you go against a real boxer, you're going to have a long night. Mike Tyson is 58 years old. Of course, you're calling out Mike Tyson because Mike Tyson is going to be tired after 3 rounds. Now, Long Beach's own Ashton Silve suffered his first loss, which was heartbreaking because I heard about it as I went to watch my friend fight at the Commerce Casino. So my son and I like to support Terrell Adams and Brandon Adams, and they fight their local fights. But Ashton, I was like, how'd he do? I was all excited because he's from Long Beach. Great kid. But he was like, not so good. He took 3 clean shots in a row, and a perfect left hook ended his night where he was up on every single card. He was winning the fight easily, but got caught slipping. Suffered his first loss, but he's doing well. He's on Instagram saying, God's plan. I'm going to learn from this. I'll be back. So good news. He's not destroyed. He's not defeated. But now I know he'll keep his hands up for sure. I did get a chance to see my good buddy Terrell Adams get his 10th win at the Commerce Casino. AC and I went to go check him out. He did very well. I believe he won 5 of the 6 rounds, and he fought against a tough opponent from Texas. Did very well. Let me see if I can pull up some footage. And he's a technician. We always want, people to knock people out and to, now he got his win. Show and prove that they are the best at what they do. But it was a solid fight. He controlled it. His opponent in pink was aggressive, but a lot of the punches he threw were not landing. They were desperation punches. Adams sat back in the pocket, connected on some heavy shots, hurt him three times in the bout. So it was another lesson to be learned, though. By allowing a lesser fighter to remain in the fight, so to speak, one judge had the fight even, which is scary. When you should be ahead on every single card. One judge saw the fight as even because the aggression from his opponent, if you weren't looking at if the punches landed or not, it's the appearance of domination. But if you look at who took the worst of the fight, clear the young man in the pink was beat up. Terrell had a little mouse under his eye, but he controlled the fight with a more precise and accurate punches. So we were able to see that fight, had a good time with the Adams family, got to hang out with the Cannon Nation Boxing out in the City of Commerce. Always good to see your buddy fight. So shout out to Terrell Adams, Brandon Adams, Coach Manalo at Cannon Nation Boxing. Always a fun event. Always good to support my people. AC2 in the building. Yo, from San Jose. Get off that game, man. I know you're on that game. Dr. Frazier said Jack Johnson was the GOAT in boxing because he didn't take a dive. That's old school. His life was in danger every time he fought. Jake Paul Sloppy says, happy boy Lara. I think he probably trains on caffeine. He probably trains with a bunch of yes men. He probably just needs an old school trainer to come in there and tighten up his game. Again, boxing is a sport that takes years, man. And he's only been fighting, about 5 years. A lot of boxers have been fighting since they were 5 years old until their adulthood, and they have 100 amateur fights. I don't know if Jake Paul even had amateur fights. He had a couple YouTube fights, and then he started stepping his game up fighting mixed martial arts dudes. Brother Mitchum in here, guidance and protection. Amen, my man. I appreciate that. I agree. He's sloppy, and that's why he gets exposed by true boxers. Not fighters, boxers. So if he does fight Andre Ward, he's going to get a lesson in the sweet science. My 2 cents, I already spoke on South Sudan. Much respect to them brothers playing their hearts out and almost beating Team USA. TNT is supposed to be putting together some groups with some heavy dollars to get the NBA contract from Amazon so we can continue to see the NBA on TNT with Ernie, Kenny, Shaq, and Chuck. I hope they do it. I already spoke about the WNBA players owing CC thank you notes. No, just giving her dap when they see her is enough. You don't need to go ahead and make her uncomfortable by sending her thank you notes, Rolex watches, and all that stuff. She's a hooper. She don't need it. It is Unk season, and I have some Unks that I want to keep an eye out for. This Unk right here. Let's see if it's going to work. It might not work. Okay, I got to close Instagram first and then come back. Let's see if this works. All right, my phone is tripping. All right. Sorry, y'all. I don't think it's going to work tonight. My phone keeps cutting on and off. But my cord don't want to work. OG Dwight Smith. I appreciate that, man. Triple OG, Long Beach Poly is in his house. My sports flicks, once again, the Simone Biles Rising documentary is a keeper. Let's see if I can get this to work, because I have a video, a straight to the comments video that I want y'all to see. Tony Atlas motivating Tim Bradley. Let's see if I can get this to work. And it's a sprint to the comments video. Let's see if I can get the sound to work.
Wrong on the inside and go around them. Let's control the outside. Look, the fire's coming. Are you ready for the fire? We're firemen. Okay. We are firemen. Got it, Coach. The heat doesn't bother us. We live in the heat. We train in the heat.
Yeah, let's go.
It tells us that we're ready. We're at home. We're where we're supposed to be. Flames don't intimidate us. What do? We control the flame. We control them. We move the flame where we want to. And then we extinguish them. Let's go. You got it 15 minutes. Can you be strong for 15 minutes? Can you? Yeah. Listen, your concentration's weaving a little bit. Pick it up. Okay. Pick it up. Okay. Don't pull it straight out. Bend your knees and be strong on the inside and go around them. Let's control the outside. Look, the fire's coming. Are you ready for the fire? We're firemen. Okay. We are firemen.
Got it, Coach.
The heat doesn't bother us. We live in the heat. We train in the heat.
Yeah, let's go.
It tells us that we're ready. We're at home. We're where we're supposed to be. Flames don't intimidate us. What do? We control the flame. We control them. We move the flame where we want to. And then we extinguish them. Let's go. You got it 15 minutes. Can you be strong for 15 minutes? Can you? Listen, your concentration's weaving a little bit. Pick it up.
Straight to the comments. It said, after this video, I'm going to work at Lowe's. I'm jacked up and hyped to go to work. My girl don't stand a chance when she comes home tonight. I'm geeked up. I'm ready. This is the funniest comment section I've ever visited. I'm ready to sell some tires. I just introduced my girlfriend to my wife. Don't be that hyped up, man. It ain't that serious to lose your life. My next email will not be hoping you to find you well. I will not be hoping to find you well. I am pumped up. Somebody said he won this fight. I hope he won this fight. Did he later win that fight? I just told my teeth to brush themselves before I go to bed. I'm that geeked up. My great uncle Murphy just stood up and he screamed and he's been in the wheelchair for 14 years. Hey man, when he said, we're firemen. We don't care about the heat. Just called my boss and told him he's fired. Hey, I just boxed my mom. I don't know what I'm ready for, but I'm ready for it. That's what I'm talking about. Straight to the comments. Straight to the comments video of the week. I had to sprint to the comments, man. And they did not disappoint. As motivating as that video was, people still found a way to make fun of it. That's terrible, man. All right, man. That's pretty much my show. As I go out, I want y'all to remember they're not like us. This one made me laugh, man. I hope it stays on if it works. Laugh, man.
They not like us. I took a pocket to pay. Take it for hey. You a rapper, young whippersnapper. You ain't been through nothing.
No matter what's going on in the world, man. Find joy. Find a way to enjoy yourself. A friend of ours tried to kill herself last week. Put all your problems on the ground. Somebody else will pick them up. That was the phrase that we were talking about last week. When things get rough and you think you got it rough, you think you got it tough, and you're the only person going through something. We all going through something. Find a way to enjoy yourself, man. All right, man, that's my time. I gotta go because I got gout in my pinky toe. The Ride with Chevy and Nasty's coming up on YouTube and Facebook. And I'll be back. We're trying to get the 1585 show back and running, man. We're just having a hard time. We're trying to get our vacations out before school comes back. It looks like I'll be back in the classroom going back this season. Taking a break from the adults, going back to helping young people. The All-In CDO training school is still going well. If you're interested in that, reach out. This Saturday is the 3CLA Family Fun Day. So my church, if you ever wanted to come and check us out, we're going to be at El Dorado Park, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Site A by the softball fields. Come by, grab some ribs, get yourself a plate, play some dominoes, play some chess, play volleyball, hang out, whatever you like to do. We're going to have a little bit of everything for everybody. We still have our annual bake-off competition where they want to see who has the best dessert. Mother Parker is a 3-time reigning champion with her lemon cake, undefeated. So come through if you have a homemade sweet that you think can win. We're taking all comers. I might have to enter with my pineapple upside down cake. Come through. If you ain't got nothing to do, this Saturday, 9 o'clock at the softball field, Site A, 3CLA Family Fun Day. Come through, man. I'll holler at y'all next time, man. I'm AC's AC Sports Live. Peace and blessings. We'll see you on the next side. Peace out.